Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'll be going over a bench boost theme for Game Week 1. If you are looking to use your bench boost in Game Week 1, I'm going to go over the pros and cons with you in just a second. The first pro of using your bench boost in Game Week 1 would be you have a limited number of transfers before the deadline. So basically, it's a wild card. So you can build your team from scratch and you can make an unlimited number of changes up until the deadline. The second pro is you can maximize team value and downgrade later. So after using your bench boost, you can downgrade your bench players in Game Week 2 to cheaper enablers and invest your money in your starting 11. Right, the third pro of using your bench boost in Game Week 1 is you can get ahead on points. So an early boost of 15 to 25 points is especially helpful in those early fixtures. The final pro is you can avoid future headaches with the bench. So normally when you're building a bench boost team, you might have to take some hits and some forced transfers. So you can avoid that by using your bench boost in Game Week 1. Now for the cons. The first con is uncertainty. There is uncertainty around players' forms, fitness, their starting lineup, who's playing for what teams, new signings. So we're not sure of all the details right now. The second con is this could lead to early wildcard use. After committing to a strong bench boost in Game Week 1, your funds might be spread too thinly across all the players, and you might feel pressure to use your wildcard to reassemble and get more of those premium players. The third con could be missed opportunity later in the season, especially for double game weeks. Now, we're not sure if we're going to have double game weeks between Game Week 1 to Game Week 19, but there is a possibility. So basically, using your bench boost in Game Week 1 is about short-term reward versus long-term flexibility. Okay, so let's get into the draft. First up, for the goalkeepers, I've gone for Areola and Vicario. Both have really solid opening fixtures facing newly promoted teams in Game Week 1. Areola faces Sunderland and Vicario is up against Burnley. That's exactly what you need when using your bench boost. But they're not just great for Game Week 1, they rotate nicely over the next few game weeks. You can easily play Areola in Game Week 1 and Game Week 2 and switch to Vicario in Game Week 3, 4, and 5. Now onto the defense. I've gone for Van der Ven, Kilman, Tarkovsky, Guardiol, and Wan-Bissaka. Starting with Van der Ven and Kilman, they're both affordable solid picks. Van der Ven is at home to Burnley in Game Week 1 and Kilman plays Sunderland in Game Week 1. Both are decent fixtures and great for clean sheet potential. Next is Tarkovsky. Yes, he's 5.5 million, but there's a reason. If the defensive contribution rule had been in place last season, he would have scored an additional 44 points. Plus, he's got Leeds, Brighton, and Wolves as his first three fixtures. It doesn't get any better than that fixture-wise. Guardiol is a more attacking pick from City. He scored 5 goals last season, which is very impressive for a defender, so he's not just ideal for clean sheets. Wan-Bissaka is my final player. He's up against Sunderland in Game Week 1. While he doesn't get as forward as some other fullbacks, he's still a great shout for a clean sheet. He's also another player who benefits from that defensive contribution rule. Speaking of the defensive contribution rule, if you're not familiar, defenders now get 2 points if they hit 10 defensive action in a match. So things like clearances, blocks, interceptions, and tackles all count towards this. So defenders like Tarkovsky, Kilman, and Wan-Bissaka, who are active defensively, suddenly becomes more valuable. I also have a video going over the defensive contribution rule as well as some additional updates, so you can check that out if you haven't already. Overall, this defense isn't just solid for bench boosts in Game Week 1, it's well set up for the next few game weeks too. There are no Arsenal or Liverpool defenders in here for the bench boosts, which I don't love, but in order to get a strong 15, we have to spread the money a bit. So that's it for the defense, and as you can see, 3 of those players are actually in my first draft team, which isn't the bench boost team. Now for the midfield, I've gone for Anderson, Sarr, Caicedo, Palmer, and Salah. Let's start with Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. He's super cheap and he's up against Brentford in Game Week 1. And with Elanga gone and Gibbs White possibly going, Anderson could get a lot more minutes. Plus, with the new defensive contribution rule as well, he would have gotten 36 more points last season, so that's not bad for a budget pick. Sarr is another low budget option. He's likely good just for game week 1, and then you can put him on the bench. Next up, we have Palmer and Caicedo. They've got Crystal Palace, West Ham, and Fulham in their first 3 fixtures. As we know, Palmer is on penalty and he's great for attacking returns. Caicedo, while he's not great for attacking returns, he's solid for defensive points under the new rule. Rounding out the midfield, we have Mohamed Salah, the man, the myth, the legend. He scored 344 points last season and he's my captain for game week 1. Overall, this midfield balances premium powers, Salah and Palmer, with clever budget picks, Anderson, Sarr, and Caicedo, which is exactly what you need when loading up for your bench boost. Up front, I've gone for Joao Pedro, Alexander Isak, and Dan Welbeck. Joao Pedro has some really nice opening fixtures. While there's a bit of uncertainty over whether he's nailed, we've seen what he's capable of, especially recently in the Club World Cup and from last season with Brighton. So if he starts, he could be a really good pick. Isak is my premium forward at 10.5 million. Isak has some solid run of fixtures early on, except for Liverpool in game week 2, for which you can bench him if you would like. Danny Welbeck, he's a budget pick with some potential. His fixtures aren't amazing, but he could be on penalties with Joao Pedro being gone. His fixtures aren't the best, but they aren't the worst either. There's also not too many great forward options for that price, so he could be a good pick for your team. All 3 forwards can be rotated in and out depending on fixtures, which is great for flexibility. Alright, so that's my early look at a Game Week 1 Bench Boost team. And honestly, I think it's a really balanced setup. There's a really nice mix of premiums like Salah, Isak, and Palmer, and reliable mid-priced options like Guardiola and Tarkovsky, and budget enablers like Anderson, Sarr, and Welbeck, who can still return points, especially under the new defensive contribution rule. What I really like about this squad is the flexibility. Almost every player has a good fixture in game week 1, and there's a strong rotation potential across defense, midfield, and even the forwards. After the bench boost is played, I can easily downgrade the bench and shift funds back to the starting level, no hits needed. Plus, the keeper rotation between Areola and Vicario looks solid for the first 5 weeks. Of course, there's a few uncertainties like Joao Pedro's minutes, who's on penalties for each team, and who's nailed on, but that's part of the fun this early on. Let me know in the comments what you think of the team. Are you considering a Game Week 1 bench boost as well? And who are your budget gems and must-haves right now? Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, leave your questions, comments, and concerns down below, and don't forget to subscribe.